Hey there! Today I'll have a look at an interesting pen. I think I have reviewed a similar model, but this came along with an order from Gold Spot. This is the Jinhao 599, this is a demonstrator, and this is the one Gold Spot gives you with at least some of the orders you can place there. I'm going to cover the parts of the pen, tell what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then I'll do a writing sample. Alright, top of the cap, nothing really, black thing. Clip, metal cutout. You get this barrel, hole in there, end cap, nothing really. You can see the converter, of course, and you can't really see the nib because of that black inner cap. Section, cap pops off, faceted section, nib number 5, feed, of course. And the facets in the section are made to hold it properly. Right, fingers just slip in there. And then you have the converter, and that's pretty much all there's to it. Value, $4. You get it with your, as I said, at least some orders. And of course this one, because it's the Gold Spot model, has Gold Spot engraved in the back of the barrel there. A simple model, clearly a Lamy Safari knockoff. It's that simple. It's a replica of the Safari. Well, it's not really a replica because it has a few items that are different. The clip is not exactly the same. The finial at the top is not exactly the same. But clearly, I mean, the section, the barrel, they're identical as far as I can tell. What do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, clearly this was a free pen. It's always fun when you get something for free when you place an order. I'm one of those people who really likes the Lamy Safari section. I think it's very comfortable to hold. You can post it. It's a decent size. It has a lot going for it. It comes with a converter. As I said, regular value would be $4. So it's not super expensive. You get a working fountain pen that works straight out of the box. No tinkering required, and converter and all supplied. So you can do a lot. It is a, I'm assuming, yeah, that looks a lot like a standard international nipple there, so you can just put on standard international cartridges and not forced to use the Lamy cartridges, which is nice. Things I don't like about it so much. Typically when I do reviews of this kind, I end up with lengthy discussions in the comment section from people who say this is not a knockoff, China has the right to make these pens, we can make anything we want, etc. Yes, great. I'm not going to comment on that. Do whatever you want to do, alright? Lamy, patent, ended, etc., all that, but clearly it's a copy. This is a copy of a Lamy Safari, and that's the end of it. Okay? Is that necessarily a bad thing? Well, what you could say is, maybe it's a bit odd to really copy that pen, but Jinhao, or before that it was Hero, I think, they're doing this and they're offering these pens at a lot lower cost than Lamy does. Now, they don't use the ABS plastic, I'm sure, which is very shock resistant plastic. I'm fairly certain I can crush this, but it's cheaper. So, in a way it's nice. These are the kinds of pens that I think make for good gifts, that, if you want to convert someone to fountain pen user, or you just want to give someone an inexpensive gift that writes well, it is a decent option. The final thing I wanted to say was that the model is not for everyone. The section is, some people really hate it. As I said, for me it works. And finally, what is interesting about this, and what I kind of like, is that it has a the Safaris have those weird triangular nibs, and this pen actually has a regular number 5 nib, which actually, I don't know if you can see it, but it has the Gold Spot G engraved on there. That does not look like a laser engraving, that's an actual engraving, which I think is very cool, because that, it customizes the pen for the company selling these. So neat. That's a neat concept. Also with a number 5 nib, they're much easier to exchange, right? With the Lamy nib, of course, you have the extra fine through broadened and 1.1, 1.5, 1.9 millimeter nibs, but you can only fit on a Safari nib. Whereas I know that I have a pretty much a drawer full of number 5 nibs, so you can put other stuff on there more easily. It doesn't have to be a Lamy proprietary nib. That's all there's to it. Who's this pen for? Well, people who are looking for an inexpensive pen, I would say. It's not a super expensive business gift. It's not a super luxurious pen, but it's a decent writer and it does what it's supposed to do, namely write and write consistently. Okay, measurements of the pen as well as high resolution pictures of the pen will be on the website sbrebrown.com. What we need to do is a writing sample. That's what's coming up next. I hope this was useful so far, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye. Okay, so here we go with the Jinhao 599A, the gold spot pen. The nib is a fine, and the ink is Edelstein Jade. A lot of feedback. That's definitely a nib I would smooth out a bit before using it extensively, but it works. Fast writing. You can see an occasional skip here or there, but I think it's actually quite impressive. Wetness, well, it is a very fine nib. And as you can see, it's fairly dry. Line variation, well, you can definitely squeeze some out of here, especially if you go a little slow and maybe prime the feed a bit. But I would like to see you try that with the Lamy Safari. Those nibs are very stiff usually. So, reverse writing, actually relatively smooth, and that would take this from an extra fine, sorry, from a fine to an extra fine. Okay, kind thanks to Goldspot for sending this along with the order. I really appreciate it. Guys, I hope this was useful. And I'll gladly see you later.